Hi, Umar. I'm just trying to give you a walkthrough for the super admin panel, the vendor panel, and the property manager panel. So in this video, I'll be covering how a super admin is creating a property manager, uh, adding traits and features, uh, viewing projects, as well as how he is mapping a property manager with a property of Ashford. So I'm going to cover all that under super admin, and then I will move forward to um, the property manager login, where I would show you how he's posting a project, and then I'll show you how a vendor is registering himself and then further placing a bid against a project. And with that being said, we'll also show you how uh, a, a bid is being approved by a super admin or a property manager both. So let's start with the super admin. And what I show you right now is this is the super admin panel, which is going to be a different panel altogether. So let me just now this is the super admin panel, and I'm just I'll just add a property. I already had a list. I have added three. Uh, Let me just add one more, and let me just add one random uh, property, and we'll further truncate this data. Year built is not a mandatory field, but I'll just put 2018. I'll just add this Texas, Houston. These are the cities coming from the database straight because I have already uploaded the state and the city in the database with respect to what you had shared in the property list over an Excel. I'm submitting it now. So the property is added successfully. Going forward, we'll be posting a project for the same property in the demonstration, and you can view it and then you can make the corrections. Let's move on. I am now on. So here user means property manager. You are registering a property manager. Property manager would only log in. They would not sign up. Who is signing up? Super admin is signing up a property manager. So I'm just typing Ayush Bhatt, uh, ayush.b@k.co.in, or we can change it to, yeah, let me just give it. All right, I'm submitting it. User added successfully. Now you can go to the view user section and you can see uh, this one. I had created Ayush in the afternoon while testing, so that's why there is a duplicate entry. But this is actually not a duplicate entry. This is the one I've created with the domain ashford.com. So Ayush Bhatt gets an auto mailer the moment I registered him. He gets an auto mailer with the link and the credential. If I want, I can block him. If I want, I can view and make corrections in his details. The user is being created, a property manager rather is being created successfully. Now I go to the trade section and I'm now going to add a trade. I have already added a few, but let me just add one more. I think I have. Yeah. So let me just add a trade. Let's say parking. So trade is added, and now under parking, let me add carport. So I go to feature, I select parking, and I add carport, and I submit. Oops, I think I had already created this some time back. Let me just take another speed bumper maybe. Yeah, added successfully right here. I'm now going to map Ayush with Ashford Crescent, the new property. Oops, that's interesting because I've got two. So let me just select both just to be on the safer side. Done, added. Now I'm going to log in. No, I'm going to sign up now with a vendor. And this is critical. This is how a vendor is going to sign up. So I would I'm just putting uh, the first name is this is a vendor who is signing up from the Ashford bidding platform. Company name, I would just put the address 102 Coconut Street, maybe 11002. This is now I go to, this is critical, I select parking, and I select speed bumper. This is what we have just created. Done. Now an auto mailer goes to the property manager as well as the super admin. He gets a notification on the screen that great, wait for the property admin to verify and approve you. We will notify you over an email. Now I go to super admin section to view the vendors, and here what I see is I see a new vendor, richard.saluja@clear.co.in, and I got to view. I can view. I can see the coverage, the traits, the features, and then I go back and I can immediately approve this vendor. It has been approved and it is now moved to the approved section. Now this vendor, Richard Saluja, gets an auto mailer stating that you have been approved by the by Ashford community. You can now log in with the credentials you created and then start bidding on the project. So now I first go to the screen one more time, the platform, and this time I'm gonna log in with the property manager because now we need to post a project. So remember we created a property manager, Ayush Bhatt. So I'm just ashford.com, password was ayush@123. Right, so this is gonna be the property manager's portal. uh, Also, let's just understand that I'm just going to show you the life cycle of how a project is being posted, how a property's users, trade features, mapping are happening, how a project is being posted, and how a vendor is placing the bid. A lot of stuff. So the life cycle is getting completed, and that's the whole idea of giving you this demonstration. However, there are stuff which need to be built. For example, the auto mailers. We talked about raising a query. We talked about notifications. These dashboard icons, these are not dynamic in nature right now, these are static. So let's just proceed with with just with the today's agenda of the call, and let's just skip and ignore rest of the thing. So I'm going to post a project now. So this is what we just created, Ashford Crescent, and it takes the address, the zip, and the city state automatically because it's all coming from the database. The due date of this project, the bid due date would be, let's say, 20th of March. I click on next. What's the name of the project? Parking new bumper needed ASAP. What is the start date of the project? So let's say I want to close the bid on the 20th of March. I want to start this construction, or installation of these new bumpers, let's say from 2nd of April, and it should end by the 12th of April maybe. This is not a mandatory field. We can make it non-mandatory, and project value is $1,000 maybe. I select trade, which is parking. Again, feature is speed bumper. This is all coming automatically. I click on next. Here I'm going to upload maybe uh, maybe an RFP, a request for proposal, or maybe a requisition. So what I do is I go here, and let me just take one dummy PDF. Yes. And then I just put a text here. So I've posted a. Now what you see right now is I'm inviting vendors, and basis our last discussion, why is Richa Saluja showing here and not anyone else? The reason is only Richa Saluja had signed up with a similar trade and feature. If we had more members, if we had more vendors with respect to the same trade, which is parking and speed bumper, we would have showed those vendors as well. So only the relevant vendors. I click on invite. Project created successfully. Now Richa Saluja gets an email. Like I said, the auto mailers are yet to be developed. It would take some time to build. There are about 12 to 15 auto mailers. We are making sure that with auto mailers and notifications, the communication needs to be very seamless, because there are going to be a lot of back and forth exchange that we are expecting with respect to placing a bid, posting a project, raising a query. So a lot of communication would happen, which is why we have tried to create as many auto mailers as possible. So now the project is being posted. Now let's log out from here and log back with a vendor, right? So I log back with this is what we created. Parking new bumper needed ASAP. Speed bumper is the feature. Now also I just want to add, I've asked my designer to work on these custom icons with respect to each trade. So these icons are yet to be built. I can show these icons maybe by tomorrow. So let me just share an email. Tomorrow with all the auto mailers that we have built, and all the icons that we have that we are hoping to complete by tomorrow for all the trades. So these icons would change. So as a vendor, I see all the details. I see everything. My personal details, my the project detail, and then I click on the detail section. I have 16 days to complete the bid, the project bid. who posted it. This is what I inserted here. Here is the, you can download it, the PDF that I uploaded. You have a raise a query button, which is not functional right now. You have a place bid, and you have a place bid here as well. So I click on place bid, and I would put my scope of work. Speed bumper, maybe $900. If had it been if I had to put more features and more budgets, I could have just clicked on this button, and with that I could have added more, uh, but with respect to this particular project, it's just not needed. So that's it. I just put a remark, and then I click on submit. Bid placed successfully. Now you can, now this would go to both. This would go to super admin, and this would go to the property manager. Anybody can approve this. So you see view project, I click here. I'm right now on super admin, and what I see is, let me go to pending only. Parking new bumper needed ASAP. There's a bid, there's a pending bid, approved by nobody. I click on approve. It takes me to the exact same screen where I get to see the scope of the work. I get to see who all have submitted their candidature, or who all have applied for this particular project. So I see Richa Saluja, trades, budget, the file, the scope of work. I just click on approve. It's done. She has moved to the approve section. The applied vendor list is 0 because she's the only vendor who has applied so far. And then as a super admin, if I think that, okay, I just needed one vendor and that vendor is being approved, I can close this bid right away, and that's what I'm gonna do. The bid is closed, and now this project is now listed under the approved project section, which is this, approved by the super admin, which is Ashford _ SA. SA is super admin, and it is approved. Property manager, now that I cannot really undo it because it's already been approved, property managers, in this particular case, Ayush Bhatt, could have also gone to his portal and approved Richa Saluja to undertake this particular project. So and yes, when I say that approval is done, so that goes without saying that all the mailers will be sent to the vendor congratulating that you have been taken or accepted for this particular project. You can and you can now meet or probably contact the property manager for further proceedings. So that's about it. That's the complete life cycle that we have closed with proper testing. So super admin is done, vendor placing of bid, property manager posting a project, all that is done. What is not done is the auto mailers, the dashboard figures are not dynamic in nature right now, and the notifications, the raising a query form, those need to be worked out, and we are hoping to close that in the coming week for sure with testing. Thank you so much for your time, Umar, and I'll look forward to seek feedback if there are any change with respect to the functionality or with respect to the workflow of this whole business process. Do let me know, and we would be more than happy to make the corrections. I'll look forward. Thank you so much.